Hi, 6th grade. Today's lesson is Workbook 261. So we're continuing with some graphing. Today we're graphing polygons. So we start with the gray box at the top of 261. It says you can draw a polygon on a coordinate plane by plotting its vertices, those are its points, where two line segments meet, and connecting the points. The sides of polygons are made by joining vertices with line segments. So they ask you in the example, what's the name for a polygon that has vertices at points? And then they give you those 4 points. They list A as 1, 1. So we'll plot that here, and that's A. B is 1, 4, so 1, 4, there's B. 5, 4, over 5, and up 4, and that's C. And D is 5, 1, over 5, up 1. So if we draw that, oh, that was not the greatest graphing on my part. Hopefully yours will look a little better than mine. Probably yours will look a lot better than mine. And hopefully you can figure out that that looks like a rectangle. So that's how you would identify it. Your work will be the very same as that for the practice 1 through 4 on 261, workbook 261 that is, and then turning the page for workbook 6 to 13, number 6 to 13, workbook page 262. In your work today that I sent out at the beginning of the week, I accidentally listed it as page 266 in the workbook. And I apologize for that error. It is really 262 in the workbook, problem number 6 through 13. So let's do 1 and 2 together from workbook 261 just to get you started. Let me go ahead and erase this figure so that it's not in the way of our work. Okay, so look at number 1, graph the points, draw the polygon, then give the most specific name for it. Okay, so number 1, point A says 0, 2. So we go over 0 and up 2. There's A. B is 4, 2. So over 4 and up 2. That's B. C is 5, 4, over 5. And up 4, C, and D is negative 1, 4, so over to negative 1, and up 4, and that's D, and it is this figure, and hopefully you can see that that is a trapezoid, and so that's all you'll write on line 1, after you have plotted out the points and connected the points over in the graph to the right of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do number 2. E is negative 3, negative 2. We go over and then down in this case, since they're both negatives. And that is E. F says 0, 2. So 0, negative 2. And that's F. G is 0, 1. That goes up here. It's G. And H is negative 3, 1. Negative 3, 1. Which is right here. Nope, I did that wrong. Negative 3, 1. Sorry, it goes up top. I was looking at that thinking how that made no sense. Which is a good idea for you. To check your work and make sure it makes sense. Sorry about that. And that is H. And so we connect those. And of course we get a square. And so that's what you would write for number 2. Okay, so you can use the grid on 261 for 3 and 4 as well. We did 1 and 2 here, but go ahead and do those in your workbook too. Then you switch over to workbook 262 for 6 to 13, more of the same. Plot the points, draw the polygon, give the name for it. You should either use graph paper if you've got it, or basically make graph paper on loose leaf paper or your notebook, kind of like I did here. Try very hard to keep the spaces between the numbers equal so that you get a decent graph. If you have any questions, please email me, and have a great day.